Hello, thanks for tuning in. Today, for my first turning of 2023, I'm going to try a piece of barnwood. This is some scraps that I glued together from work. My dad had made a door out of some barnwood, and I seen these scraps in a box, and I thought I just felt like I needed to try to make something out of them. I glued 3 pieces together. This one still has the stain mark where one of the hinges comes off. It's not real thick. It's probably the thinnest thing. I don't know if I ever turned anything so thin, but I just wanted to try it out, see what could be got out of it. It's 16 across and about 12 3/4 or so to the longest point. And it's only probably, I don't know how thick it is. Ain't thick. Some of this rock goes pretty deep down in there. I'm gonna put a recess in the back of it. I've made me a little piece here to put on the front. I run the back through the sander at work and got it good and flat, so I can just get it flat as I can to get some depth on this thing. I've made me a block here, and I've already screwed it here, but I took it back off to show it. But I'm gonna screw this to this, and it's gonna have a good grip on it. And I've made me a tenon piece to put on my chuck, and I'm gonna screw this to this so I can put this thing on my chuck to get a recess in it, and then we'll flip it around and turn something on the inside, some kind of plate. I thought about making a plate and just cutting it totally round, and then I thought, well, I really like that right there. I'd like to leave that in there. It's got a screw that's broke off right there, and I pulled 4 or 5 nails out of it so I didn't burn my chisels. But anyway, we'll get this thing started and we'll see how it comes out. I don't know what we'll get out of it, but I just wanted to, just felt like, just wanted to try it out. Okay, I put that screw in there and I seen this split open, so put an extra screw up here and I put some CA glue and crammed it full of some dust shavings. So we'll see. We'll just hope it don't come apart. That crack does run all the way to there, and this stuff is pretty cracky. So we'll just hope for the best. This looks pretty decent here, but we'll just be careful with it. We'll get it. I decided to glue this on. I had a screw right there. I just didn't feel like it was going to hold good, so I'm going to hot glue this on here, and I got a center so I can center it right on top of my screw head there. Okay, for extra security, I just drilled holes and put screws in that because the hot glue where I run the tenon and cut that tenon on it, it's pretty thin lines of it, so I thought, well, I just put some screws in there too. Okay, after this clip right here, I forgot to record it, but I'd changed my mind to put this block on the other side instead of putting a recess in it. All right, I got that changed out. I put the screws on the far sides. These don't, they just only go into this. So I'll get all the depths I can get out of it. And this had nail holes in it anyway, so I didn't think it mattered whether it had a few extra screw holes in it. But we'll see how this goes. And since I got the screws on the far side of this crack right there, it ought to hold this intact where it did crack. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, I went down about a 1/8 inch on it. I thought I'd try to make some little lines to outline the rim of the plate, and maybe leave a little bit of barnwood around that, and hopefully it don't go through the bottom of it. If I do go through the bottom, at least it is still attached to the outer sides, and it's not going to sling off the lathe that I know of. But I'm going to try our best to not do that. But I'll get it back going. I did off center the back plate just a little bit from what I had it, because if I'd have did that from the get-go, I wouldn't even had to cut the corners off of it. But that's the way that went. Alright, I reckon that's, I'm going to just sand it a little bit because I was wanting to make some little features in here, these lines to give the plate some texture and some depth so you can see the depth of it. But if I go sanding on it after I've did these, I'm probably going to sand them out. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll go back to putting those in. And I may use some glaze or something to highlight them, but I don't know that I'll put a finish on this plate or leave it the natural barn wood. These edges, I'm probably gonna, I might darken those up. I don't know really what to do, but we'll just do something. We'll get it back going on here now. I've been wearing a respirator because you don't know what you're breathing off of this wood. That's where that hinge was, and I'm sure that's probably some rust residue soaked up in that wood, and who knows what. But anyway, if they're returning, it's good to wear a good mask. I reckon I'm gonna have to put some kind of finish on it. But the outer parts of it, the barn wood, I don't know that I'll just leave it like that for sure, but I think I'm gonna put something on the inside here. And I'm gonna highlight my little marks I made in it. I was worried about the piece here. It just don't really match up. But the size of it, the length and all, but I really do like it because it's got this right here where that old hinge was. But it's got all kind of worm debris in it. They really did a job on it. They just heating it up, made some nice character. All right, I've got some of this stuff here. It's just some old finish I've had laying around. I'm gonna try it out on it. Just put a coat or two on it. I'm not trying to get it real shiny or nothing. I was gonna do glaze, black glaze, but you know, I thought maybe I could use this CA glue, black CA glue, as long as I don't get out of the lines and be careful and just squirt it directly in there, maybe, or maybe it's a bad idea, but because if I get out of my line, I've just made a gone. But it would seal the wood and paint it at the same time, so I might just see if I can have a steady enough hand to do it. So yeah, I think I'll try that out. I still not took that off, so just let it kind of spin around a little bit. Now let's see what we can do here. I think if I do this first, this would be the easiest, and I can take a brush and just splash it around in there and do that a lot easier, maybe. So I think I might be able to do it. I started getting a pretty good tip on it, so no, I didn't make a mess. Let's see here. So maybe it'll wipe out. It's just got some rust spot. Uh-oh. Dang it. It done went over my lines. Maybe it won't be too bad. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Well, we might just smear it around. It looks pretty good, I think. I think maybe we can, I don't know what really cleans that CA glue. Maybe I can smear it around or something, as long as I don't spray the activator on there. Maybe some. Okay, I put a little denatured alcohol on this to see what it does. Yeah, that wiped it off pretty good. We've got stuff stuck on it. We're gonna have to sand it right there. We'll just have to activate it and do some sanding to get that off. So I think it'll be fine. Okay, I've got a little stick and I just took it in the CA and kind of spin it around. It's kind of spreading it instead of wasting a good paintbrush. We'll just do that and then I'll fix that right up. Oh my goodness, it just went over the side of it. I think I'm going to hit it with the activator, and then I'm going to sand that mess right there, and then put that finish on it. All right, there it is. I think it turned out pretty neat. I didn't put any finish on the outer parts of it because I just like the natural look of that barn wood. And I burnt the edges with a torch to try to kind of blend them in. Didn't put no finish on those either because I thought it'd shine them up, and I didn't. Since I didn't put any on the barnwood face, I didn't put none on the edges. I took it down there to my buddy Brian's and he burnt me a logo on it. I put some keyhole bits, drill or keyhole. It was a router, plunge router, so could hang it this way, that way, or the other way. But I think I like it this way. I think the best. But I don't know what way would y'all hang it. Y'all might want to hang it that way. But that's all right that way too. I think that way and that way is maybe my favorite. First time I ever turned something for thin like that, I just felt like I needed to try this out for some reason. Them scraps was just thrown over there in the box, and I'm glad I tried it out. I guess that's about it for today. Stay tuned here in a little bit. I'll put a few more pictures out here and of this thing, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. And I'll try to get something going here before too long. And I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.